Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Life Coach Zach podcast. I'm your host, Zach Rance, two-time Ironman and certified life coach. I am here today to record the podcast recapping Ironman Cozumel. It's currently November 27th at 9:35 in the morning. My audio, for some reason, is looking really blurry on the screen, but we're going to run with it. So the cat's out of the bag. If you don't know by now, I completed the Ironman in 14 hours and 4 minutes, beat my expected time of 16 hours by 2 full hours. So really proud of myself. You know, I'm really just excited and relieved that everything is over. There's a lot of logistics involved, including the training, including diet, including packing, including renting a bike, including the Airbnb and the hotel. So I was a little stressed out. I'm not going to lie. I would be lying if I told you I was not stressed out for this Ironman, but we did it. We did it, you guys. And when I say we, I mean, you know, me and my family and my friends and all the people that I work with, right? All the people that were rooting for me. I was thinking about all you guys in the back of my head when I was swimming, when I was biking, when I was running. And there was a lot of things that I learned from Ironman Cozumel. I think the first thing that I learned is that I have a lot more in me than I realize. My potential is so much greater than I can fathom, because I didn't really train a lot going into this race, and I ran an incredible race. A lot of things went right for me. God was on my side on Sunday. But I have an unwavering conviction and faith in God. So even though I'm going to give all the credit to God, if I didn't believe in God, I don't think he would have helped me as much on Sunday, right? And whether you believe in God or not, you know, having faith and hope that everything's going to be okay, that everything happens for a reason, that not only is someone out there looking over you, but you can control what you can control, and whatever happens from there is in God's hands. So that's how I like to approach life. Just, you know, I'm going to do my best with what I got from where I'm at right here, right now. I'm going to do my best every single moment, and the rest is up to God. And Sunday, that was the epitome of what happened. I did my best. I did everything that was in my control to make sure that I ran a good race, and God was on my side, and we did it together. So that was the first thing I learned, is that I have a lot more in me than I realize. My potential is a lot greater than I can even fathom. The second thing that I learned, that I already knew a little bit, but it was really just coming into fruition, and I was seeing it in front of my eyes, is the power of positive thoughts, the power of good vibes, the power of love, giving, and service. What do I mean by that? Well, during the race, I mean, there was over 2,800 competitors that raced this race. About 600 of them didn't even finish. So out of the 2,200 finishers, I came in 1,800, roughly. And, you know, along the run, because it's very intimate, we do a few laps. We see who's in front of us. We see who's really behind us. You know, we're all, as competitors and athletes, we're all giving good energy. We're all hyping each other up. We're all, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the phrase I'm looking for? We're all just there for each other. Honestly, I think that is just the best way to put it. We're all just there for each other. You know, if someone gets a flat, there's going to be someone that's going to stop and help them. You know, if someone is really struggling on the run, you know, someone's going to be like, come on, man, we got this. Or come on, girl, we got this. Let's go. Run with me. Run with me for the next 3 miles. And not only was I the one receiving a lot of that love, a lot of those good vibes, but I was the one that was giving a lot of those good vibes. During these races, especially the few days prior to the race, I talk to everybody. I'm a very friendly guy. I like having conversations with strangers. I like asking them about themselves, learning about their lives and why they're here. And during the race, I kind of I do this exact same thing. I'm talking to everybody on the bike that's riding next to me, and I'm talking to all the people along the run during the marathon. And there were times where I just really did not want to keep going, mainly because I had crazy blisters on my feet. And you can see that in the prior video, part 2 and part 3 on YouTube. I'll put the link right here. And if you're listening on Apple and if you're listening on Spotify, I would really appreciate it if you could write a review or subscribe to this podcast. But the power of good vibes, the power of people hyping you up really allowed me to continue going. I had a lot of pain in my feet. And let me tell you something. Blisters, as I'm sure you guys know, we've all had blisters before, whether you just bought a new pair of shoes or you burn yourself and you get a blister. They are extremely painful. They are extremely painful. And the blisters I had were so bad. They were on every single toe, and they started in mile 1, mile 2, and I had 26 miles to go, right? So without the help, without those good vibes, without all the people cheering me on and telling me to keep going and rooting for me and being there for me, I wouldn't have been able to keep going. So those were probably the 2 biggest takeaways from Ironman. I'm going to keep this podcast relatively short because realistically, I don't have much to say right now. I finished the Ironman, a 2-time Ironman. Proud, yeah. Could I have done better? For sure. Not trying to go pro or anything, but this is the foundation for my health. It's the foundation for my time management skills. It's the foundation for my diet. It's the foundation for my recovery. And it's the foundation for the longevity of the quality of my life. So I'm going to continue to do Ironmans. I've already signed up for April 2022 in Texas, October 2022 in Barcelona. They're fun. I love meeting people. I love traveling. It's a really fun time, and I love staying in shape. So Ironman is it's the foundation for a lot of the things I do. Now, last time in May, when I completed my first Ironman, I made a video telling other people that they can do it too. Because anyone can do this. You can do this. You can do an Ironman. I promise you that you can do an Ironman. Now, during these Ironman races, there are 80-year-old women, 80-year-old men that are flying past me on the bike and outrunning me on the marathon. There are blind people. There are people with disabilities. There are people in wheelchairs that are literally running these Ironmans. And not literally running them, but literally doing Ironmans. And it's really inspiring because here I am, perfectly healthy. I got my 2 legs. I got my 2 arms. I'm 31 years old, right? This is my peak. I mean, if there's a time to run Ironmans and there's a time to really excel in my physical fitness and the level of athleticism I can bring to the table, it's right here, right now. Right now, that doesn't go to say I'm gonna like go pro and take this super seriously. No, because you guys, I promise, I really don't take this that seriously. I just like talking about it because I enjoy it and I want to inspire other people to level up their physical fitness. You don't have to run an Ironman. You don't have to run a marathon, but get your shit together. Exercise every single day. If you do it enough, you'll enjoy it. So many of my clients that I work with, I ask them, what is their main goal? What do they want to accomplish in the 3 to 6, 9 months we work together? And a lot of the times it's, I just want to get healthy. And I feel like a lot of us are in that boat. A lot of us just want to be healthy. A lot of us just want to feel good inside our body. A lot of us want higher energy levels and better sleep. We want to feel lighter on our feet. We want to look good. We want to look good. And it doesn't have to be for the opposite sex, or it doesn't have to be for the same sex, if you like that. But it has to be for yourself. And if it's not for yourself and it's for another person, that's fine. Good for you. The reason doesn't matter. What matters is that you're doing it. What matters is that you're doing it. And a lot of the times, most of the time, it's around your lifestyle and your habits. You don't have to sign up for an Ironman. You just got to tie your shoes and walk out the freaking door. Tie your shoes and walk out the freaking door. So if you're still watching this and you don't know who I am and you kind of just came onto this video because you typed in Iron Cozumel, thank you for watching up until this time. I hope you did great on your race. I hope if you're planning to do a race in Cozumel that you do really well. And I pray that you get as good of a conditions as we had on Sunday, November 21st, 2021. The current was heavy in our favor. I got out of the water in 57 minutes. 57 minutes? I'm like a fish, yo. 57 minutes in the water. That's good. The bike was 7 hours and 1 minute. A lot of rain, overcast, minimal winds. One thing that we were expecting in Cozumel was, 10, 15, 20 mile an hour gusts on the bike, which is really tough. A headwind at 15, 20 miles an hour. Ooh. I mean, think about it. If you're getting a headwind at 15, 20 miles an hour and you're going 15 to 20 miles an hour, you're going nowhere, right? And then the heat was really in our favor on the marathon because it just wasn't that hot. We just got lucky. We got super lucky. Thank you, God. Thank you. So, what's actually really interesting too is while I was there in Cozumel, I had two people come up to me and say, "Hey, I know you from YouTube." I said, "No, you don't. Shut the hell up." He said, "Yeah, I saw your video on Cozumel." I said, "No way." I said, "How did you see my video?" They go, "I typed in Ironman Cozumel." I said, "No way." That felt really good. That, hey, I'm putting out these YouTube videos. It doesn't matter why I'm putting them out, but I'll tell you why I'm putting out these YouTube videos. I'll tell you why I record these podcasts. Because when I'm 90 years old, I'm going to be able to go on YouTube and I'm going to be able to watch these podcasts and I'm going to cry in happiness being like, oh, life was so good. I was so happy. I was so full of life. Yes, I probably am making a lot of mistakes right now. And my goals and priorities today are going to change over time. So, what am I going to care about when I'm 90 years old? Probably family, probably my son and my daughter and my grandchildren and, all those things. But this podcast is about Ironman Cozumel, and I'm recapping Ironman Cozumel. And let me tell you something about Ironman Cozumel. I fucking killed it, okay? I fucking killed it. I'm going to get on my freaking soapbox real quick. Zach, you fucking dominated. You dominated that race. 14 hours, improved my time by 2 hours and 18 minutes. I stood strong, and I knew I had more to give. I was flying past people in the water. On the bike, I was pushing watts out there, man. I was pushing watts. Up until mile 90, my quads went. Up until mile 90 was when my quads just failed on me, but I kept it going. That's where that mental warrior strength came in, that mental fortitude. My body's saying no, my mind is saying yes. My body was saying no, but my mind said yes. And look, this is what happens. When your body says no, your mind says, oh God, stop, Zach. Your legs are hurting, stop. And I said, ha, 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 ha. Hold on. Hold up a minute. You actually think that we're done? You think that my legs are tired? Those thoughts. You think my legs are tired? Get the fuck out of here. Legs are tired my fucking ass, yo. I'll do 3 of these things. I'll do 3 of these things. And we kept going. We kept going. Now the blisters, the mental fortitude from the blisters was a lot harder to work through because the blisters were tough. Now that muscle cramping and the weakness in my muscles, that I can mentally just get through. But the blisters, the blisters were so bad. Oh, okay. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, thank you so much for listening up until this point in the podcast. I hope you're enjoying all these episodes because I enjoy putting them out. I really do. I enjoy putting them out. And I have some incredible guests coming up in the next season. The next season is going to be interviewing a lot of reality people on their mental health, their challenges and struggles that they've experienced, not only pre-show, during show, but after show, and how they're doing right now. But also, I'm interviewing a lot of authors that I've read books on. That's really cool because I love connecting with these people. You know, for example, Indistractable, this book right here. Great book. Great book. Read it in 2019 before the podcast was even born. And I got to connect with the author. And we had a great conversation. And he's actually helping me with some of the things that I'm working on with my book. So thank you guys so much. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. Thank you so much for watching. Ironman Cozumel recap. We did it. 2-time Ironman. And we're going for 3.